We have a set of data here for accounting 101, and the students did write 3 tests, and we have all their marks here. So we want to use the max function and the minimum function. So for the max function, we want to retain the maximum mark that the student did obtain for the 3 tests that he or she wrote. And then for the minimum function, we want to see what is the least mark that each student got when they wrote the test. So to use the max function, you will say equals, then you type on the box max to bring up the formula for the maximum, and then let's double click on the formula. The moment you double click it, it opens the parentheses, and then you highlight the numbers that you want to get a maximum number or value for it, and then you press enter. Then Excel retains the maximum number from the set of data that you indicated. Then for the minimum, we do the same thing. We'll say equal sign, then we type in min. Then formula will give you the Excel with min, and we want the one that retains the minimum value, which is the top one, and we double click it. And once we double click it, we then highlight the numbers that we want Excel to pick the minimum value from. Once we have those numbers highlighted, we press enter, and then Excel retains the minimum value from the set of data that we have. Okay, so that's pretty much how you use the minimum and the maximum function. And then once you have your formulas in here, you just come here and drag the formula to the rest of the cells, and that's it. And another very quick way is for you to go, let's say we want the maximum, we click on the cell that we want to retain the value on, and we come on the ribbon under editing. Then when you click the drop down arrow here, you see there is the max function. Then you just click max. The moment you click that maximum function, Excel is going to highlight the cells that you want to pick the maximum value from. Then you just click enter, then Excel retains the value for the maximum. So you'll do exactly the same thing with the minimum function. You click on the cell where you want to retain the minimum value. You come on your ribbon under the sign on the drop down. If you click it, then you'll see the minimum function here that will actually do your minimum automatically. When you click it, then it automatically highlights the cells that you want to retain the minimum from, or determine the minimum from. Once you highlight here, you will see that Excel has also included this column F, of which we don't want to include F column. We want Excel to end on this column E. So what you will do in such a situation, you will just come on your formula bar before pressing enter or tab. You just come on your formula bar and change the F. Then you tell Excel that move from C5 until E5. So I just removed F here and I'll replace it with E. Once I replace it with E, now Excel is counting from C5 to E5. Then you press enter. There you have your formula. So if you double click here, you can see that it is now highlighting only these 3 cells. That's why we want to focus on determining our minimum. So if you just want to do it all at once with just the most easier way to calculate the maximum, you just highlight the entire table here and also highlight where you want your values to be. Then you come to this sign here under editing on your ribbon. You click the drop down, then we'll come to the max. We want Excel to calculate the max for this set of data. And when we click that max, you see Excel automatically calculates all the maximum values here. We can just double check on this row. We have 81, 84, and 62. Then Excel retains 84, which is the maximum number. And you can do also the same thing with the minimum. So we want Excel to calculate the minimum for this set of data, and we want Excel to retain the minimum value on column G. So what you're going to do, here we have another set of data on the next column, so we can't highlight all these ones, including column F. So you will highlight the set of data where you want Excel to calculate the minimum value for, and then you press and hold the control key and highlight again on column G where you want Excel to retain the values. Once you highlight these, you come on your ribbon under the sign, and on the drop down you come to the minimum. Then you tell Excel, you click on the minimum. Once you click there, Excel is going to calculate again. You can see here Excel has calculated the minimum values from our set of data that we have.